Right, we are live and testing out the live streaming here on YouTube. I don't know if anybody's going to show up, but I have the chat turned off because I'm not going to be paying attention. I can't see the phone, so is that to forgive me for that. But if anybody joins in, you'll be seeing play action football. This is the fourth quarter between the New York Jets and the New England Patriots. This is a 1991 game, and the score right now is 38 to 20. So 18-point lead for the Jets over New England. The Jets just scored. They scored on a 12-yard touchdown run. And so they're going to be kicking off to the Patriots. You can see here. Jets kicking off. We have 14 and a half minutes left in the fourth quarter. And just trying out some new things, a single chart here for the play results if you're familiar with play action football. And then we have our Jets and Patriots here. So let's do the Jets kickoff first. It's a 7. A 7 is going to be a touchback. So the Patriots will take over first and 10 at their own 25. No time off the clock. We have added in penalties. So if you haven't watched the previous video, we have pre-snap penalties and post-snap penalties now. So on the first roll, we will check the D10 dice to see. So this is the offensive die and the defensive because the Patriots on offense. No penalty here, as each team has a penalty of 1. 1 on the offense and the defense. So that is going to be a penalty on the defense. So let's see what that penalty is. It's a 5, so pre-snap, it's on the defense, it's an offside. So the Jets jump offside. That's going to be a quick 5-yard penalty. That's the third penalty of the game. And it sets up first and 10, or first and 5, sorry. This will be an inside run against a blitz, and the Jets run a 4-3 defense, so that's going to be a -2. There's already a -1 adjustment for the Patriots. That's -3, and that basically leaves a 3. 3 on the inside run is going to be a fumble, so let's see if it's going to be a fumble lost or what turns out. So on a fumble, we have an inside run here, or any sort of running play. A 9 is going to be the line of scrimmage minus a D6 times 2. So this could be opportunity for a touchdown, actually, as they're on the 30-yard line. And let's see, a D6 times 2 is, instead of adding those together, you create a whole number, so 55. You create a large number. So that's going to be a fumble with a touchdown return, which is a huge play. So fumble with a TD, and that'll take our time off the clock. Basically, they're going to score, and let's kick the extra point. So the Jets have had a run back for a touchdown, and they've also had now a fumble return for a touchdown. That's going to be another 7 points. They've scored 14 here in the fourth quarter, and this one is a rout. So the Jets kicking off. A 2 is going to be 64 yards on the kickoff. So 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, down to the 1. The return is going to be 20 yards plus a D6. So 24 yards on the return takes it out to the 25. So 64 and 24. So it'll be first and 10 at the 25-yard line for the Patriots. And this will be a screen pass against a base defense. Screen against a base is a pretty good call. That's going to be a +1. So overall, that's a 0, so no adjustment. So 13 on a screen is going to be good for 5 yards. So nice first down play there from the Patriots, and that'll take them out to the 30. Second down and 5 for New England. Second down, it's going to be a deep ball against a base defense. So another pretty good play. This gives them actually a +1 to the Patriots. So 13 on a deep ball is going to be incomplete. That's just off the fingertips and can't complete that deep pass. Would have been a big play. 3rd down and 5 from the 30-yard line, from their own 30-yard line. This is going to be another deep pass against the base. So again, that's going to be a +1 to the offense. So 8 plus 9, or 8 plus 1 is 9, and that's going to be another miss on the deep ball, and that's going to bring up 4th down and 5. So we're going to get a punt from New England. New England hasn't been able to put a lot of offense together in this one. This punt is going to be just 25 yards. So 10, 20, and 5 goes to there. And the return is 4, and so the return is going to be a fair catch. So high and short punt. And the Jets will take over at their own 45. Jets are going to do a lot of running the ball here, so let's do the inside run against this 3-4 defense. So that's going to be a +2. So the Jets already have a +1 adjustment overall. And then at the play level against a base defense, that's going to be a +2. So 18 on the inside run is a D6 +6. That's good for 10 yards. Nice run there as they pick up the 1st down. They're going to try to milk the clock just a little bit. Let's go with a draw play on 1st down. And no penalty on the play. Draw play against a blitz is a good call. That's going to lead to a +2 advantage. So a 10 on a draw play is good for 2 yards. Takes it down to the 43. Brings up 2nd down and 8. 2nd down, this is going to be an outside run to the base defense. So our standard +1, so 11, 12 on the outside run is D6 +2. So it's good for 4 yards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Takes it down to the 39-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 4. Up to 24 attempts now for the Jets. The Jets are at a 49% pass percentage and 51% run. No penalty on the play. So 3rd down, this is going to be a medium pass against a base defense. That's right into the teeth of the defense. So it'll be a -1 advantage to the defense. 14 minus 1 is 13 on a medium pass. 13 is good for 11 yards. So that is a 1st down, and it takes it down to the 28-yard line. Nice pitch and catch there from the Jets. For the Jets. 1st and 10. This will be a short pass against a base defense. It's going to be a minus, actually even Steven. So a 9 on a short pass is going to be incomplete. And that brings up 2nd down and 10. Let's go ahead and do an inside run again. We have a penalty on the defense. Let's see what that is. 4 is another offside. This time for the Patriots. So that's going to give them 5 yards. Takes it down to the 23. It'll be 2nd down and 5 now. After that pre-snap penalty. So this is an outside run against a blitz. So outside against a blitz is a -1. So that makes it even on the play. 13 on an outside run is good for 5 yards. That'll be a 1st down, as they only needed to get 5 after the penalty. It's going to bring up 1st down and 10 from the 18-yard line. First and 10, this will be a medium pass against a base defense. Medium against a base is going to be a -2, so that advantage goes to the defense. So it'll be a -1. 4 on a medium pass is an interception, so that's a pick. And let's check out what that interception is going to look like. We have our interceptions here. This is a medium pass, and it's the Patriots, right? So let's roll this one. A 3, 5 yards, plus a D10. So this is going to be where the new line of scrimmage is. 13 yards down the field. So it's going to be inside the 10. 13 yards down the field is at the 5. So the Patriots pick off the ball, but they're going to start at their own 5-yard line. But good defensive hold there. Second interception of the game for the Jets. Second thrown, I guess, is how you would say that. So 1st and 10 for New England. No penalty on the play. This is going to be a short pass against a base defense. That is a -2 overall, so 15 on a short pass is good for 7 yards. So that's a nice pickup on 1st down. Takes it out to the 12. And let's see if the Pats can mount a little bit of a scoring drive here. 2nd down and 4. 2nd down and 3. I'm sorry. 2nd down and 3. This is going to be an outside run to a nickel defense. Pretty good call there. That's going to make the overall adjustment even. And a 14 on an outside run is good for 6 yards. So that'll take it out to the 18, and that'll be a 1st and 10 for New England. New England's last drive, they had a fumble at the 30 that the Jets scooped up and took in for a touchdown. 1st and 10, this is an inside run against a base defense, and that will be a -2 adjustment overall. So 13 on the inside run, D6 plus 3. That's good for 9 yards. Takes it out to the 27, and New England is putting together a nice little drive. They started at their own 5, and they are out to the 27. No penalty on the play. 2nd down and 1 is going to be an outside run to the base. And that will be a -1 adjustment. So 13 on the outside run, good for 5 more yards. As they're eating up some ground running the football, but obviously time running out in this one. So 1st and 10 from their own 32. New England with the ball. Screen pass against a base defense is going to be an even adjustment, so no adjustment on the play. 6 on the screen pass is going to be a quarterback hurry. So drops back, and the defense gets through a little bit too quickly, and he can't complete the pass as that's an incompletion. Brings up 2nd down. We're going to have a defensive penalty. You can see the 1 here indicates a defensive penalty. And that's a 3. So that's going to be encroachment on the defense. Getting a little bit too anxious there. So that's 5 free yards. That's going to lead to 2nd down and 5 for New England. 2nd and 5. This is an outside run to the base defense. So a -1 overall. 9 on the outside run is good for 2 yards. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 3 for the Pats. Let's see if they can pick this up. We're really in 4-down territory. 3rd down, this is going to be a medium pass against a blitz. And so that's a -1 overall. 17 minus 1 is 16. 16 on a medium pass is D10 plus 10. So that's going to be good for 18 yards. So 10, 20, 19, 18. Takes it out to the 43. That's going to be a nice play on 3rd down and short. So 18-yard pass play. And that gives the Patriots a 1st down in Jets territory. 1st and 10 from the Jets 43. This will be an inside run against the base. and a -2 overall, but a pretty high number there. So that's an 11 on the inside run is D6 plus 2, and that's good for 7 yards. Takes it down to the 36-yard line, and we have 5 minutes and 15 seconds left. So it was a 7-yard run on first down. Patriots with a nice drive here, taking up some time, but eating up some yardage. They started at their own 5. They're now at the Jets' 36. Second down and 3. This is a medium pass against a nickel defense, and that will be a -1. And then with their team level -1, it's -2. So 11 on a medium pass is going to be an incompletion. Good defensive call there with the nickel defense, and that's going to bring up third down and 3. This is going to be a penalty on the offense. It's a terrible time for a pre-snap penalty. That's going to be a delay of game on the quarterback, as they can't get the call in on time, and that's going to be -5 yards. Takes it back to the 41. No loss of down, so it's going to be third down and 8. Changes the equation maybe just a little bit. This is going to be a deep ball against a base defense. That's a +2, so +1 overall, and that becomes a 16. So D10 plus 18. So that's going to be really good things for them. That's a 20-yard gain, 10-20, and that's going to take it down to the 21. So on third and long, they get a 20-yard gain. That pass goes to McMurtry. Not sure who that is, but third receiver maybe. Brings up first and 10 from the 21. This is going to be a screen pass to the base defense, and that'll be +1, so that makes the overall adjustment 0. 11 on a screen is D6 plus 1. Yeah, that's good for 5 yards, as that takes the ball down to the 16-yard line. 4 minutes left in the game. The Patriots driving. They started at their own 5, and they are at the doorstep, knocking right now inside the red zone. Second down is going to be an outside run to a blitz. That's a -1 because of -2. So 6 on an outside run is going to be a 0. So no yards on the play as he gets tackled at the line of scrimmage. And that takes us down to 3.5 minutes left in the game. Third down and 6, I believe. Third and 5. We have a deep ball against a base defense. So that's a +1 overall. So 12 on a deep ball is incomplete. You got to have at least a 14 on that deep pass to make a completion. So that's going to bring up fourth down. We have 3 minutes and 15 seconds left. We're going to run the let's go and run the short pass. And the short pass, so we sort of eliminate this die. The short pass on 4th and 5. We're going against a blitz. So the Jets send the house, and a short pass against the blitz is a 0. So that's a -1 overall. 10 becomes a 9. 9 on a short pass is going to be incomplete as the Jets bring the house on 4th down, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. So the Jets will take over at their own 16. So first and 10 for the Jets. They're just going to run the ball up the gut several times here. This is going to be against a base defense. So that's a +2. A 14 on an inside run is D6 plus D6. And now I'm just kind of showing you how the game works, I guess. Out to the 23. That's going to bring up second down and 3. So 7 yards on first down. No penalty on the play. Another run up the gut, this time against a base defense. So same thing, +2. All right, so we have a chance for a big play here. So we got an 18 plus 2 is a 20. And when we're on the 20 line, we have a chance for a breakaway. So let's first see what that is. Inside run on it, that's a D10 +7. So that's going to be 7 plus 4. So 11-yard gain is our base gain. So it's out to here. Now let's see if there's a breakaway. And we have our breakaway chart here. So you can see here that if it's a 4 or less, then it's no breakaway. But if it's 5 or greater, then we add whatever yardage it is to our 11. It's a 6, and that's going to be 30 plus the 11. So that's going to be a 41-yard gain on a run up the middle. So basically we were here, 10, 20, 30, 41. Takes it out to the 36-yard line. So 41-yard rush. Just trying to burn out the clock. And that's going to bring up 1st and 10 from New England's side of the field. First down, this is an inside run against a base defense. Again, another +2, so 12 on the inside run is 5 yards. Takes it down to the 31. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5 with a minute and a half left in the game. Typically, inside this little 2-minute gray area, you can't see it very well, I don't think, but you can see it on the paper. It's gray from 2 minutes on. Normally that would be 15 seconds. So all plays less than 2 minutes in the second and fourth quarters are 15 seconds. But since they're ahead by 20 points, they're just running the clock out. So you can kind of decide that that's what you're doing instead of trying to hurry up. So a couple more running plays, I think. Let's run an outside run, and that's going to go against a base defense. So that's a +1. So 13 on the outside run is good for another 5, and that'll be another 1st down for the Jets. So 5 and a 1st down. And let's see. We're going to go ahead and just kneel the ball 2 times. So we'll say -1, -1. And that'll take us 1 kneel down, 2 kneel downs, and that's the end of the ball game. So we've got a final score here of 2, 4, 6. So 45 to 14 plus 9, 23. 45-23. Nice game from the Jets. The Jets were up 21-13 at the half, but exploded and scored 24 points to only 7 in the second half. So they really took over the game in the second half. They had a touchdown on an 93-yard touchdown here on a kickoff. So a kick return touchdown. They had a touchdown here that was for 30 yards. And that was a fumble return for a touchdown. So 2 fumbles for the Patriots. They didn't have any interceptions, 2 interceptions plus a fumble, but it wasn't a fumble loss. The offense picked that one up. So just 2 turnovers for the Jets, 2 turnovers for the Patriots, and touchdown strikes of 5 yards, 12 yards, 19 yards for the Jets. For the Patriots, it's a 25-yard touchdown here, 1-yard touchdown run, and those are their only 2 touchdowns. They did have field goals of 26, 42, and 51, which was it was difficult for them to make the 51-yarder because it's just a 1 to 25, just a 25% chance. But they did make it, and then a 37-yard field goal for New York. But I'll have to go back and check out the totals for that one. But since we're live, I will just leave that. And hopefully you get a good sense of the game. This will be the next season that comes out is 1991. So I'll be looking for that. And the Jets win this one 45-23. This is Dave O'Brien led Jets with Blair Thomas, On the defense, like James Hasty, Kyle Clifton, those are the ones that I recognize. Al Toon was a receiver here. And for the Patriots, Millen at quarterback, not sure who that is. Irving Fryer, recognize him at the wide receiver position. And don't recognize a lot of the other players on the team there. The Patriots finished 6-10 in 1991. The Jets 8-8, both in the AFC East. I also printed off Buffalo and Miami. So Miami 8-8. That's a Dan Marino led Miami team with Clayton and Duper. Um, and then obviously the Bills from the early 90s were solid with Jim Kelly and Thurman Thomas, BB, Lofton, Reed, all at the wide receiver position. They were running a run and shoot offense. And Daryl Talley on the defense. I want to say it's Cornelius Bennett, but I don't remember if it is on the defense. Kelso, free safety. It was a good free safety for several years. But you can see they're a 3 on offense. Not so great on defense, but excellent on offense. One of the best. There are only 2 threes, I think, in the game in 1991. The Bills and the Oilers are 3s on offense. But they also have a 2 on the penalty. So a lot of penalties on offense and defense. Miami just a 1 on offense and a 0 on defense. So a little better offensive team than defense. So whenever you get the cards, they're going to come like this, where it's basically just a sheet of paper. You can see that's what size it is. So I'm revamping the cards a little bit to include the penalties, but also to sort of condense all of that. And then just a single chart here. I will take a look at the stats, and I think it's going to be okay as long as we do all of our good teams are good and bad teams are bad as far as moving up and down. And on the chart here, I think you're going to get to the right completion percentages. What I've been doing is making sure that the actual completion percentages for each team are right where they need to be. So let's say there are 41 completions here on average or something like that. If a team had a better completion percentage, I might bump them up to 42 or 43, whatever that actual percentage is. And then make sure, and then that changes all of the yards per catch numbers off of the average. So then I need to look at yards per catch and kind of recalculate all of the catches, all of the the completions, yards per completion. So then I need to revamp those numbers a little bit up or down, usually up because they need to be a little bit more. Once you add to the denominator, you need to also change the ratios. So just have to complete that for every team, and every team is just a little bit. So if you were greater than 1% or less than 1% on the completion percentages, I was changing your opportunities there. Plus, there was the offense and defensive numbers here. So if these two were playing against each other, the Bills would have a +3 on offense because Miami has a 0 in defense. So kind of a sieve on defense, because 0 is as bad as you can get. But if they were playing New York, then the Bills would just be a +2 because the defense is a -1. So the better the defense, the more it sort of brings the offensive number down for the opposing offense, and that is adjusted on every play. So basically, you're 1 less on every play because of the Jets defense. So it does kind of work itself out and shake itself out. I'm hoping that just with a single chart, I only have to do that one time and I'm finished. And then I'll just make all these other adjustments. Those can be formulaically input into the spreadsheet, and then I can just push out the teams a lot faster that way. And then I also went through and I updated this play calling chart to include a few more running plays. So you can see, I don't think I called any running plays. I didn't call any plays for the Patriots. So 37 passes and 24 runs. It's going to be roughly equivalent to the league average. The league average is something like 53-47. I think the Patriots are right on league average as far as pass and rush attempts. So that looks pretty good. You get a lot more running attempts. When I changed that, especially on first and second down, I added more runs on first and second down. I think on third down too. So now there are 2 runs on third down. There's even some running plays on second and long. There's like, was there 2 running plays on second and long? There are 3 running plays on first and long. So was that 1, 2, 3? Yeah. So I made some additions and changes to that off of the modern game. And then I created the special teams. I just put all the special teams on one side. So you have your punts, kickoffs, your coffin corner punts, your onside kicks, fumbles, and interceptions for each of the different play types. So whether it's a return, which I don't know if I've included fumbles into the return or not, but blocked kicks. So if there's a block, like here, like on a block punt or on a I haven't incorporated blocks, I guess, into here. I need to do that again. After I changed the kicking game, I need to look at that. But for a block punt, if you roll a 1, you have to roll again. And if it's a 1 again, then you can roll off the blocked kick and see what happens on the block punt. We have coaches challenges. You can use that or not. 1991, they did not have coaches challenges. We also have weather. I didn't play with weather this time, but you could. This was played outside in New England, so you would look at the date that the game was played and then roll for the weather. And then on the back side, I printed the penalties, right? So we have pre-snap penalties and we have post-snap penalties. The Patriots wound up with 7 penalties for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 penalties for 35 yards. The Jets had 4 penalties for 20 yards. So a good number of penalties there that came along after I started the second half. So I did this penalty chart starting in the second half, and it does add more penalties to the game. So we'll have to see how that changes things overall. But in the end, this is sort of a new direction. Not a new direction. I mean, the gameplay is the same, but it's going to add some different layers and levels to the game that weren't there before. This game is called Play Action Football. You can find it at clarkandaddisongaming.com. And right on the front page at the top is the 2007 season. So we have 2007, we have 1985, and we have 2023. So the latest NFL season. And then this will be 1991. So that'll be the 4th offering there. And I'll continue to do new seasons as they come out. And then if this works out, then I'll probably just go back and revamp the other 3 seasons, so that we can get those onto this sort of new thing. I'm going back and looking at the offensive numbers and seeing if I can do a passing and a rushing number, so that we can delay with a single chart. We can do passing and rushing for each team on offense and defense, I think, but at least on offense, we can do a passing and a rushing number. And then on defense, we could do a single number for the defense. But we can take into account all of the different things. So completion percentage, yards per catch, sack percentage, interception percentage. Those are the 4 things that I've taken into account in order to create this chart here. And so that taking the league averages for all those things is how I get the interceptions, the fumbles, the completion percentage, so the green areas, as opposed to all the other possible passes. And then the yards per catch are all averages. So where you see a D10, the average is a 5. So 5 plus 17 is 22. So you can see what the average is for all these. And then as you roll, there's going to be some variability for sure, but your average is going to come up more often than not. So I base all these on averages. So 3 plus 2 is 5. and then that's 6 yards, and then 6 yards, and then 7 and 7, and then 5 plus 2 is 7. So there's variability there, and it's going to happen. But I base the yards per catch on the average, and then I take all of these completions, do a yards per catch based on the average for each of those, and then um, that's how I sort of get everything into the place where it's supposed to be. But obviously, when you play every game, there are going to be breakaways, there are going to be big plays, there are going to be the roll of the dice. There's a ton of variability in the game, which makes the game fun, and it makes it not um, very predictable, actually. But it also might bother people that there's so much so much variability in the game. I don't know if it bothers anybody or not, but it does make for a very fun game. All right, so I think I'll leave it at that. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, click on subscribe. If you find yourself coming back here all the time, just go ahead and click subscribe, and then that'll show up in your subscriptions feed. I can see that we have one person in the live stream. Just checking out live streaming and seeing if that's something that I want to try to do. I might have a little bit more time to do that over the next month or so. And so maybe we can do some at an hour that's not in the middle of the morning. That's when I normally play, is sometime between 6 and 7:30. So we'll just check that out, and we'll see how that goes. This keeps me from having to upload videos. It just goes straight to the videos on the page as well. So that's kind of nice. And I don't mind doing, I don't mind messing up and doing all those things. I mess up all the time. I'm sure everyone can see, times when I don't move things, or I don't do things the right way, or I read off the wrong die or whatever. So that's not a big deal to me. If you like this video, you like the content, consider just giving it a thumbs up. That's a super easy way to, a really easy way to support what I'm doing here. Purchasing games, whether it's baseball or football or basketball, another good way. That's an encouragement to me. It's not necessarily like a ton of money, but it's an encouragement to me that people are still interested and they still want what I'm putting out. And so any purchases are definitely a big thank you. But hopefully it's just a game that you can take to your tabletop and really enjoy. That's what I'm hoping for. And games that sort of fit into your schedule, especially if you're in the middle of life like me, with teenagers or young kids, and you just don't have a ton of time to be able to do things, and you want to be able to play these games on the tabletop, but you don't have a million years. You're not in retirement yet, and you got a life to live. And so hopefully the games that I'm putting out, because that's sort of my situation in life. And so I'm building games that I could play. And so hopefully those are games that fit into your busy life and busy schedule too. All right. I think that's it from here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.